In the vast corners of our modern world, hidden away on isolated islands, there exist tribes so isolated and pure in their way of life that they seem more a myth than reality. Ever seen a group of people whose homes are perched 100 feet high in the treetops? Or those who wear ghostly masks to scare off enemies? These aren't scenes from a fantasy film, but a glimpse into some of the most secluded lives on our planet. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Forever Green. Today we'll show you 15 of the most isolated tribes in the world. You'll learn fascinating facts about their unique ways of life, their traditions, and how they've managed to keep the modern world at bay. So get ready, hit subscribe, and stay tuned till the end because we also have a story about a tribe that built an airship to summon gifts from the sky. Let's dive in. 15. Banna tribe, Ethiopia. Living primarily in the lower Omo Valley, near the borders of Kenya and Sudan, the Banna tribe is known for their remarkable stilt walking skills. They are primarily pastoralists and fishermen, but it is their use of stilts that captivates the imagination. Originally developed as a practical solution for navigating the flood-prone areas where they live, stilt walking has evolved into a skill that the Banna are renowned for. During the rainy season, when the riverbanks of the Omo River overflow, they move gracefully above the waters, maintaining their way of life amidst the challenging elements. Stilt walking among the Banna tribe is more than a method of mobility. It's a cultural practice that starts from a young age. Children are taught to balance and walk on stilts, integrating this skill into games and daily tasks. This skill is also showcased during festivals and communal gatherings, where competitions and performances highlight their agility and balance, turning stilts into instruments of dance and competition. 14. Yanomami, Amazon rainforest, Venezuela, and Brazil. The Yanomami is one of the most isolated tribes in the world. Their existence is so intertwined with the rainforest that they're often called children of the rainforest. The Yanomami lead a life that is a delicate dance with nature. They live in large, circular, communal houses called shabonos, which are constructed from the materials the forest provides. These large circular structures are open to the sky at the center, a direct connection to the heavens and their beliefs. Their subsistence strategies are a blend of hunting, gathering, fishing, and slash-and-burn agriculture. They move with the seasons, taking cues from the environment to sustain their way of life without reducing the dense forest resources. The Yanomami's spiritual beliefs are rooted in the natural world. They believe in the spirits of the forest, which they communicate with through rituals and the use of hallucinogenic snuff called yakoana. Moreover, their mysterious world is governed by complex social rules that dictate everything from marriage to warfare. 13. Suri tribe. Deep in the heart of Ethiopia's Omo Valley live the Suri tribe. They are fierce warriors and cattle herders from whom cattle are not merely animals, but currency, status, and the very lifeblood of their tribe. To be wealthy is to own many cattle. To be brave is to protect them. The tribe's warriors, known as stick fighters, engage in a traditional sport called donga. These fights aren't just displays of physical prowess, they are critical social events that can even determine a young man's eligibility for marriage based on his strength and bravery. But perhaps what is most visually striking about the Suri are their rituals of body modification. From intricate scarifications, which are cuts made on their skin in beautiful patterns, to the insertion of large lip plates in the women, each modification tells a story of age, status, and beauty within the tribe. 12. Asaro tribe, Papua New Guinea. Deep within the foggy highlands of Papua New Guinea lives the Asaro tribe, known to the world as the mudmen. The origins of their ghostly mud masks are rooted in the mist of time, born from a tale of survival and clever warfare. Legend has it that the Asaro tribe were once defeated by an enemy tribe and forced to flee into the river. Covered in mud, they emerged as the sun set, their appearance so spooky and haunted that their enemies fled in terror, thinking they were spirits. Since then, these masks have not only become a symbol of their identity, but also a strategic tool of intimidation. These masks are adorned with features that are both human and ethereal, accentuated by the hollow eyes and exaggerated expressions that are designed to strike fear into the hearts of their foes. The Asaro mudmen complement these masks with bamboo finger extensions and bodies smeared with mud, creating an otherworldly sight during their tribal rituals and dances. 11. Huaorani people, Peru. The mysterious Huaorani reside in remote regions. Their story is one of profound mystery, as little information is surfaced about their way of life, their culture, or even their exact location. What little is known suggests that the Huaorani live in a close-knit community, deeply rooted in traditions that have remained unchanged for centuries. Their lifestyle is presumed to be largely substance-based, relying heavily on the natural resources their private environment offers. They may practice hunting, gathering, and perhaps some form of primitive agriculture, though the specifics remain largely unknown to the outside world. The Huaorani are thought to be guardians of their traditions. With a rich oral history and spiritual practices, they connect them intimately with the natural world around them. They have rituals and customs that are passed down through generations, each carrying the wisdom and knowledge of their ancestors. Talking about tribes, you can also check out our video on 10 uncontacted lost tribes that never evolved. 10. Corowai, southeastern Papua, Indonesia. In the remote stretches of southeastern Papua, Indonesia, there lies a tribe whose homes perch high among the treetops, as if suspended between the earth and the sky. The Corowai people, sometimes referred to as the treehouse people, live in structures that are agricultural marvels, standing up to 100 feet above the ground. The reason for their elevated homes is as practical as it is fascinating. The height offers protection against flood, insects, and rival tribes. Each treehouse, built primarily from materials gathered from the forest itself, represents not just a home but a fortress, safeguarding families from the elements and potential threats. Living off the land, the Corowai are skilled hunters and gatherers, using intricate traps and their profound knowledge of the jungle to sustain themselves. However, the Corowai have only been in contact with the outside world since the 1970s, and their interaction has been cautious, guarded, preserving the mystique that surrounds their unique culture and way of life. 9. Dany, central highlands of Papua, Indonesia. High above the clouds in the central highlands of Papua, Indonesia, the Dany tribe lives in a world that seems frozen in time. The Dany are renowned for their complex rituals and colorful celebrations, particularly the elaborate pig festivals that are central to their social and spiritual life. During these festivals, the community comes together in a display of unity and abundance, sharing the bounty with each other. One of the most striking aspects of the Dany culture is their use of traditional attire. Men often wear only a koteka, a traditional penis gourd, while women wear skirts made from woven fibers. Both sexes adorn themselves with intricate body paint and feathers, creating a vivid display of their cultural identity during rituals and dances. Another unique aspect of the Dany culture is their method of mummification. Important tribe members are preserved through a smoking process, keeping them visible and revered by the living, a practice that reflects their deep respect for the ancestors and their past. 8. Huaorani, Amazon rainforest, Ecuador. The Huaorani, or also known as the Huaorani, are master navigators of the dense jungle, moving silently and swiftly through terrain that would seem impassable to most. Their intimate knowledge of the rainforest is not just practical but spiritual. Their traditional homes are made from materials sourced from the rainforest, blending seamlessly into the environment. Hunting and gathering remain at the core of the Huaorani, and they're renowned for their use of blowguns, crafting darts tipped with curare, a powerful neurotoxin derived from forest plants. Social bonds and family ties are strong among the Huaorani, with communal living as standard practice. Decisions are made collectively, and their social structures emphasize cooperation and mutual respect. Moreover, the mystery of the Huaorani extends to their language, which is distinct and isolated, reflecting their physical and cultural separation from surrounding tribes and the world beyond the forest canopy. 7. Asmat, Papua, Indonesia. In the shadowy waterways and dense forests of Papua, Indonesia, lives the Asmat tribe, whose name itself means tree people in their language. The Asmat are most famous for their wood-carving skills, a craft that transcends simple artistry to embody their spiritual and cultural life. Each carving, whether it be of a figure, a ceremonial pole, or part of a canoe, tells a story, representing ancestors and honoring the spirits that they believe inhabit the world around them. The Asmat build their homes on poles above the muddy shores, navigating the wetlands in intricately carved canoes. They're as vital for transportation as they are for sustenance, given their reliance on fishing. Ceremonies and rituals play a crucial role in Asmat culture, with elaborate feasts and dances that reinforce social bonds and tribal identity. These gatherings are spectacles of color and sound, with rhythmic drumming and chanting that echo through the mangroves. 6. Masai, Kenya and Tanzania. The Masai are renowned for their pastoral lifestyle, moving across large territories to graze their cattle, which are the cornerstone of their economy and social structure. With their bright red cloaks and intricate beadwork, The Masai are not only a striking sight, but also guardians of rituals and customs that stretch back centuries. One of the most captivating aspects of Masai culture is their age-set system, a social structure where males are initiated into different stages of life together, marking transitions with elaborate ceremonies. These ceremonies, especially the warrior initiation, are vibrant displays of endurance and bravery, featuring ritual dances and feats of strength that bond the men together as brothers in arms. Women hold a vital place in Masai society, responsible for building the family homes known as inkangs, crafted from mud, sticks, grass, and cow dung. These homes are more than mere shelters. They are the heart of the family, intricately tied to the women's roles as caretakers and providers. If you like this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out 20 most ancient dog breeds in the world on our channel, Forever Green. 5. Chuckchi people. Living at the edge of the world on the Chuckchi Peninsula, these indigenous inhabitants have carved a life out of ice and sea. The Chuckchi are traditionally divided into two distinct groups: the ranger Chuckchi, who herd reindeer through the tundra, and the maritime Chuckchi, who hunt sea creatures along the coast. Despite these different lifestyles, both groups share a deep connection with their environment, a relationship that has sustained them for millennia. Reindeer are not just animals to the Chuckchi, but are central to their survival. They provide meat, milk, and materials for clothing and tents, essential for enduring the harsh Arctic climate. Similarly, the ocean offers bounty to the maritime Chuckchi, who skillfully hunt walrus, seals, and whales using handmade kayaks and harpoons, practices passed down through generations. Life in Chuckchi is governed by the cycles of day and night, which are extreme at these high latitudes. During the polar night, when the sun does not rise for months, the Chuckchi experience a world bathed in twilight, which influences their myths and legends. 4. Hadza, northern Tanzania. In the remote dry bushland of northern Tanzania, the Hadza tribe sticks to a way of life that harkens back to our earliest human ancestors. As one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes in Africa, the Hadza do not cultivate the land or raise livestock. Instead, they hunt game with bows and arrows, made from the trees of the forest, and gather wild fruits and honey. Socially, the Hadza are democratic. They share everything they have, from food to responsibilities, with no single leader or hierarchy. Their language, filled with clicks and unique sounds, mirrors the diversity and complexity of the ecosystems they inhabit. Despite their isolation, the Hadza face threats from land encroachment, climate change, and pressures of neighboring communities who encroach on their hunting grounds. Yet, they continue to resist, adapting when necessary, but always striving to maintain their identity and traditional way of life. 3. The Cargo Cult Tribe. On the remote islands of the South Pacific, a mysterious and intriguing phenomenon known as the cargo cult has persisted through the decades. These cults, particularly prominent on the island of Tanna in Vanuatu, revolve around the belief in a mythical figure who's expected to bring wealth and prosperity by delivering cargo from the sea. The origin of these cults can be traced back to World War II, when the islands were occupied by Allied forces. The indigenous people observed the significant number of supplies, cargo, being airdropped to soldiers. After the war, when the military left and the cargo stopped arriving, the islanders developed rituals and built symbolic structures such as airstrips and wooden control towers, hoping to attract more cargo from the heavens. The figure central to the cargo cults, often called John Frum or similar names, is shrouded in mystery. He's portrayed as a messianic figure, sometimes described as an American, who promises to return with gifts of rice, canned food, and modern gadgets. Every year, followers celebrate his expected return, maintaining faith despite his prolonged absence. 2. Mursi, Omo Valley, Ethiopia. Known for their striking use of clay lip plates and intricate body painting, the Mursi are a community where beauty and bravery meet in spectacular fashion. The Mursi practice of inserting large clay plates into the lower lips of their women is one of the most distinctive cultural markers in the world. The size of a lip plate can indicate a woman's social or familial importance, and it plays a crucial role during marriage negotiations, often enhancing her perceived value. Men, on the other hand, demonstrate their strength and valor through stick fighting, known as donga. These fierce competitions serve multiple purposes. They are a way for young men to prove their eligibility for marriage and a method for settling disputes without resorting to a more lethal combat. The scars they bear are symbols of courage and prestige within the tribal hierarchy. 1. Sentinelese, North Sentinel Island, Bay of Bengal, India. In the Bay of Bengal lies an island wrapped in mystery and danger. North Sentinel Island, home to the Sentinelese tribe, is a place that time seems to have forgotten. The tribe is one of the last uncontacted peoples of our world, living exactly as their ancestors did thousands of years ago, with no known agriculture or fire-making technology. The Sentinelese themselves are fiercely protective of their isolation. Any attempt from the outside world to approach them has been met with arrows and spears. Little is known about the Sentinelese. They are thought to be a small community, possibly numbering between 50 to 150 individuals. Their language is unknown to us, and the exact social structures and practices are wrapped in secrecy. The Indian government has made it illegal to approach within 5 kilometers of the island, a law meant to protect both the tribe from modern diseases to which they have no immunity and the would-be visitors from tribe's lethal defenses.